Pause. 2 feet, I'm on my grind, get a big little upkeep, throw my sound in the middle, hit my piece on my side, cause ain't no peace on my side. I'm a man, I visit urinals of bride. Tune tell me to, I'm shooting when the funeral outside. I'm uptown, thoroughbred, a BX, nigga, you heard Gunna.
Thank you all so much for tuning in with me for this week's TBEAS show. I'm so excited to be able to bring to you some of the middle school highlights. And just like I promised, I'm here to bring you the best highlights on local sports in our community. You won't believe it, but we have some talented athletes that play on the middle school level. And just like I told you, I got you. So if you stay tuned, we have some middle school highlights coming right up. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the show. Not here to just entertain you, but we're here to educate and inform you. And I'm talking about our student athletes because that's what we are here for. We're here to advocate for our youth, and what better way to do that than to give them things that's going to help encourage them and to help push them forward. Each week we're going to crack open a dictionary and we're going to give you words that's going to help you or increase your vocabulary vault. So I challenge you, when you learn these words, hold a conversation with someone, anyone, a family member, your brothers and sisters, your peers. Don't be afraid, but we want you to be able to articulate and learn how to speak well. Now, some of you may know many of the words I'll give, and some of you may not know any of the words. And if you don't, now you have a new word in your vocabulary vault. The dictionary we're using is an intermediate dictionary. So this week, the word is appurtenance. And the definition means addition to something more important or an accessory. And the example sentence that it gives is, a radio in a car is an appurtenance. An engine is a necessity. So hold a conversation with someone using the word appurtenance and feel confident about what you're saying. So I was very impressed with the highlights that I was able to get out and get this week. You all will not believe some of the talent that we have right here in our very own channel. high school basketball stat leaders, and we're talking about in free throws. So in first place, we have Derek Edwards. He's 71% from the free throw line. Amanzi Ngumezi, who's second with 63% at the free throw line. Shamar Jones, who's third, 60% from the free throw line. Fourth is Anthony Williams at 67% from the free throw line. At fifth place is Elite Bowles at 58% from the free throw line. Emondre Bowles in sixth place at 74% from the free throw line. Jamiri Washington, he's seventh at 68% from the free throw line. Eighth is Lamont Page, he's 75% from the free throw line. Doriantis Barnes, he's ninth, 53% from the free throw line. And last we have Kimon Mosley, he's 53% from the free throw line. And I wanted to talk about free throws because we all know that free throws matter and it can be very important. And you got to learn to be consistent when you're at the free throw line. And then we congratulate those top 10 guys at the stat leaders for free throws. Stat leaders and assists for the Georgia 3A Region 3 high school basketball stat leaders. So first we have Zimbabwe Fields. He averages 4.5 assists per game. Second, Ryan Swanson, he averages 3.1 assists. Elite Bowles, he's third, he averages 2.3 assists. Derek Edwards, he's fourth, he averages 2.2 assists. Lamont Page, he's fifth, he averages 2.1 assists. Shamar Norman, he's sixth, he averages 1.9 assists per game. Seventh is Emari Bowles, he averages 1.9. Eighth is Benjamin Mitchell, he averages 1.8 assists. And 10 is Kimon Mosley, he averages 1.7 assists per game. So moving along to our girls in the 3A Region 3 League. So we're talking about the region stat leaders, and we're going to go to the free throws. At number one, we have Elizabeth Searson. She is 66% from the free throw line. Kiera Gaskins, who's second, she averages 63% from the free throw line. Jada Johnson is fourth. She averages 65% from the free throw line. And Katara Trapio, who's in fifth, she averages 57% from the free throw line. And it says that you must have at least 31.3 free throws made to make this list. And we want to congratulate, they only had 5 young ladies that made the list of the stat leaders in free throws. So we congratulate them. And number one in assists, we have Madison Evans. She averages 4.2 assists per game. Kiera Gaskins, she averages 3.3. And third, we have Jada Burgess. She averages 2.6 assists per game. Kayla Rogier, she averages 2.3 assists. Miera Kelly, she averages 2.3. In sixth, we have Zanaya Sealy, she averages 2.2. In seventh, we have Elizabeth Searson, she averages 2.2 assists per game. Jabrika Bass is eighth, she averages 2.2. And 9 is Tatiana Mora, she averages 1.6. Congratulations, ladies, for the stat leaders in assists. That's very important because it's not always about scoring, because you can always score without actually shooting the ball, and assist is one way to do that. Basically, every team has that 1 or 2 star athletes that's on their team. Do you believe that they should be the top scorers of the team, or that they should always have the highest score in every game? I personally believe that it's not always about scoring. Once again, it doesn't take just to score to be a star athlete. But some people may believe, when we're talking to coaches, their parents, that it's all about score, score, score. We need you to score this amount of points. We need you to have this high score. What do you think? Comment below. and in NBA. So I love to report when athletes get triple doubles. Like, it's important to give in all of the other elements of the game as well. It's not just about always wanting to score or have the highest score. So as it says here, according to NBA News, Durant has a triple-double. Warriors hit 21 threes to beat the Wolves. Kevin Durant had 28 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. And the Golden State Warriors made a season high of 21 three-pointers in a 126-113 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday night. Congratulations to Kevin Durant on that. Just how old were some of our greatest NBA basketball superstars before they decided that they needed to retire? Well, happy birthday to Vince Carter. It's still an honor to be in the league at 41, says Vince Carter. Wow, 41 years old. 2 years ago, the NBA League welcomed a high-flying young man who created a phenomenon known as Vinsanity. Nearly 25,000 points later, Vince Carter is a member of the rebuilding Sacramento Kings. He's still in love with the game. Of course he is, because he's 41 and he's still going at it. And guess what? Carter is the oldest player in the NBA. He turns 41 years old today. So happy birthday, Vince Carter. Hey, I guess if you love the game, you can never give it up.
Get low, bring low.
Lift your arms higher, raise them till your arms tired. Let them know you there, that you struggling and surviving, that you
See, I told you we're here to have fun. Now, this segment of the show is called Name That Movie. It can have any sport in it. So I get to describe what's in the movie. I can either describe a character, or I can sing a song that everybody knows in the movie. Anything that's going to give you a hint or a clue about what movie it is. All of it has to do with sports, and it can be any sport. So this week's movie is basically, it came out in 1996. It's a family fun film. It's an American live action animated sports comedy film, and it's starring a basketball player. I can't tell you the name, because if I tell you his name, I'm going to give it right away. But it has cartoon characters in it about basketball, and everybody knows who's the main character, because he's, everybody knows who this basketball player is. And if I tell you his name, I'm going to give it away. But one of the main songs that was in the movie was I Believe I Can Fly. Okay, that's all I'm going to give you. So name that movie. If you think you know it, then comment below. Congratulations to LeBron James on reaching 30,000 career points. Apparently, he's being who he is, King James. Said he became the 7th player with 30,000 career points when he hit a jumper with 1 second left in the quarter of the Cleveland Cavaliers' 114-102 loss to the San Antonio Spurs on Tuesday night. I mean, I can't even count to 30,000 without messing up. So congratulations to you, LeBron. In relation to that, I know someone right here in Chatham County who has reached a career of over 1,000 points. So congratulations to Samariana Williams. A lot of you may know her as Bubbles. She reached her career points of 1,306. Her max preps, she's the only female right here in Chatham County who has reached over her 1,000-point career mark. So I congratulate you. Now, if I'm missing anybody, if someone out there in our Chatham County area has reached over their 1,000th mark, let me know, comment below, but I want to congratulate Samariana Williams on her career high. The 2018 NBA All-Star teams have been picked, and we all know that the captains were LeBron James and Stephen Curry. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like LeBron's team is lit. I don't see Stephen Curry's team taking this one, but if you disagree, make sure you comment below, or if you do agree, but let me know who you think got it on this one. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving will once again become teammates for a day. James says picking Irving for his all-star squad was an easy choice. Man, that just actually brought back memories. Do you remember when you played back in your time, and I'm talking like the parents or coaches, don't you remember when you played or you practiced, and the hypest part about practice was at the end when you saw the coach walking over to the clock and they would put about 8 or 10 minutes on the clock. That lets you know that you were about to get ready to scrimmage, right? That means it was about to go down. And they would pick the two captains, and then the captains would get the choice to pick whoever they wanted on their team. Wasn't that the hypest part about the practice when you would see the captains, they'll shoot for who's going to pick first? And I'm going to tell you right now, I was one of the ones who was always picked first or second for the team. But who were you on the squad? Were you one of the ones that were first to get picked, or were you the ones that got picked last? But it's okay. I think that would be an awesome idea for our middle schools this year. And wouldn't it be nice to see our middle school athletes get a chance to pick who they want on their all-star squad? So if you feel like this is something that we need to make happen, comment below. I want to thank you all for tuning in with me for this week's show. We're here to advocate for our youth and youth sports. So if you will stick with me each week, we'll be right back here the same time every Friday at 8 p.m.-ish. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can log on to www.bounceentertain.com. Again, I'm Ebony J, your queen commentator.